Walking these streets, all I see are clones. Walking these streets, all I see are bodies gallivanting towards emptiness. Walking these streets, all I see are trapped souls screaming to be set free, to be set apart, to be filled and fulfilled. Hi all, welcome back to Luba Child. I am a Luba Child, and today I want to talk about individuality. So this is something I've been really thinking about a lot because it's something that you don't see as much in our communities. We don't see as much in our circle of friends. We don't see as much in our work communities. We don't see as much pretty much everywhere that we go. We just see people who are striving and literally putting all their energies into becoming or being a better version of someone else that they've seen, a better version of a perspective or an image of a person that they see or they come across. I've come across many people, especially my age, where you can see a talent or a gift that they have within them, but instead of using that talent or gift to elevate themselves, to create an image for themselves, to be a different type of person in this community, they don't want to do that. People our age want to see someone who's already made it in life. They want to see someone who's already, living a lifestyle that they want. So they start taking a step by step. They start teaching themselves. They start putting themselves in situations where they become embodied by this being. This being becomes the example of who they need to be. So they start following the steps that these people took to become where they are. They start they change their lifestyle to be the same way as those people around them, not knowing that these people that we see who are successful and happy in what they're doing, they became so because they embodied their individuality. They did so because they tapped into this being that's inside of them and fulfilled that being. So when you fulfill something that's inside you, it becomes so full that it starts coming out, and when it comes out, it's just greatness and amazingness that comes out. So what does the dictionary say individuality is? So the dictionary says that individuality is a quality or character of a particular person or thing that distinguishes them or sets them apart from others, especially when it is strongly marked. So what is that character? What is that quality that is marked within you, that when someone sees you or looks at you and be like, I see something different about this person. When someone sees you do something, they're like, wow, I want to do just like them. Now, when it says the quality or character of a person that makes them different from others. So now we see people who like, I'm an individual, I am my own person. But when you look at the way they're living their lives, it's like, dude, like you are a total copycat of someone else. Your character is not like this, but why are you pretending? We pretend. We are always pretending, trying and striving. We put our sweat and blood in pretending, hey? We can be the top notch of pretenders. We go out there, not be ourselves, dress the way that we're not satisfied with, but we dress the way that is gonna be pleasing and appealing to those around us. We speak way that will attract a certain type of people in our lives. We, what's the word I'm looking for? We establish our lives in a sense that is not satisfying to our souls, but satisfying to those around us, because we want to fit in this community that has been created for us. Whereas when you embody, when you finally realize and you know who you are, and you take that quality inside you, that character, you build it and it becomes your mark when others see you, when others hear you speak, when others when others see your work or what you accomplish. They're like, wow, it is actually different from what we've been seeing all the time. It is a different kind of, a different kind of satisfaction that comes from it. So our lives are built on lies. Our lives are built on clouds. It's not realistic. It's not who we are. It's not who we perceive ourselves to be. It's not who we see ourselves to be in the near future, but it is who we think and want those around us to see us as. And that is extremely sad. It is very scary, because in a couple of years, when you look down the line, especially with our generation, I want us to be satisfied. I want us to be happy. I want us to be joyous. I want us to have realistic stories that will inspire our kids when we tell them, because we lived our lives to the fullest. We didn't live our lives trying to be other people, trying to satisfy the eyes that set themselves upon us, but we lived our lives as individuals who were true to themselves. Let us have those qualities and those characters that set us apart from others, even when those things are so difficult to uphold. Some of us are built with qualities that are so difficult to uphold, that are so difficult to every day live upon. Some of us have such strong characters that when you open your mouth to speak, some will admire and some will think that you're just showing off. So when that happens, we try to bring ourselves down so that we can please those around us. We make ourselves, we become scared. Our souls shrinks so that we can satisfy those who hear us, those who see us, because our presence is so strong. Our quality and our personality is so bold that it scares a certain type of people out of our lives. And that is a good thing, but we see it as a bad thing, because we want this crowd around us. We want this type of group of people around us, thinking that we need them, or our lives will be a certain way, a boring way, if we don't have those type of people in our lives. But when you build that character and that personality in the way that you're supposed to, because that's truly who you are, you're going to attract people who are in the same likeness as you. And you're not going to find yourself having to pretend, having to copy, having to live a lifestyle that's not who you are, because you are true to yourself, and those around you are also true to themselves. You guys will just complement each other. And when you find people whom you can be a complement with, it's just, you start living in this different type or different state of joy, of peace in your heart, because you wake up every morning and you are just you. You don't have to be like, oh, let me wear that because this person's gonna like it, I'm gonna get a compliment from him. No, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna wear this because I will look good in it. It's gonna bring out this certain feeling in me. I will project what is inside of me. Let me speak the way I want to. Let me speak what's on my mind, because you don't know who you're gonna inspire when you open your mouth and speak. You don't have to pretend. I've seen people who pretend to speak a certain way so that they can sound smart. Why you want to sound smart? Why don't you just want to sound yourself? Because when you are being yourself and you speak, you are smart. You're bold. And people will want to hear what you're saying. Because when you start speaking and pretending and trying to sound smart, you just start speaking rubbish, and nobody wants to hear you. Nobody want to listen to what you have to say because they've heard it before. But when the individual in you speaks, they want to hear you because it's something they've never heard before. It's something that will inspire them, you know? As long as the image of your individual self is attached to someone else or something that is outside of you, it becomes so difficult to live up to your fullest potential. I hope that your individual self is attached to you. It's attached to who you are, because when it's attached to what is inside of you and not what is outside, it becomes so easy to live your life to the fullest, to accomplish and be yourself in all circumstances and situations that you can find yourself in. You don't have to start pretending, to start overthinking situations because you want to be this type of being that others will perceive you to be. But you're gonna be yourself and living exactly true to yourself. When you lose your sense of self, the quality and character that were there to make you stand out, they become so far from you. So you become lost and your soul feels trapped, because we are souls in these bodies. These bodies are just, the image. But what we are is what is inside. And when what is inside feels trapped and shrinks, the outside, this body, it just becomes, a toy to be played around with. So build that soul. Allow that soul to prosper. Allow that soul to live. Allow that soul to be real, to be you. Embody it, I remember sometimes you see old people, okay, let me not say old, you see wise people. They will look into a child's eye and be like, wow, I see a bright future. I see greatness in you. I see amazingness. You will do great work. But it's so hard to say the same about our generation. It's like you look into someone's eye, all you see is emptiness. All you see is sadness. All you see is darkness. Let us allow the light that is within us to shine. The moment you accept yourself for who you are, you accept your individuality, just great things will come your way. That is something I've witnessed for myself, something that I've lived. That moment where I started accepting Luba for who she is, marvelous things started happening, because I was not pretending. I was no longer trying to satisfy those around me. I was doing me, speaking my mind, acting the way I want to. And when you start doing that, you just see your surroundings will change. People you thought were there or were your friends, they will no longer be there. You will attract a certain type of people, a people that will compliment you, a people that will make you be great and take that great potential out of you, and you will do the same for them. So let us be one with ourselves. Let us be true to who we are, and let us, most importantly, be real. Not just be real when we are behind closed doors, but be real when we are out in the light. When all eyes are on us, let us continuously be real. And when you want to speak, when you want to make a decision or a choice in whatever circumstance you find yourself in, may that choice and that decision be real to you, because you're the only one who's going to be living with it. So allow your individuality to prosper and accept yourself for who you are, and build your life upon that. Stop trying to copy those around you, because that's just going to bring you to doom. It can bring you joy, yeah. It can bring you the career you want, yes. It can bring you happiness, but that happiness will only be happiness because when you're around those type of people. But when you're behind closed doors, all you see is sorrow. That's why I meet a lot of people who are so successful in what they're doing, so happy, But when you sit down and have a deep conversation with them, it's like, are you the same person that I see every day? It's it's scary. Let us stop pretending. Let us be ourselves. Let us be real. Let us be real, because this reality we live in needs real people. And real people are always the winners. Thank you all for joining me today. Until next time, I am Luba Child.